Hello and welcome to autoX. My name is Karan Mathur and Hyundai today has launched the new Alcazar. It gets updated styling, features, mechanicals. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what's changed, what's new, and everything there is to know about it. So stay tuned and let's go along. First, let's start with the styling, and as you can see, it gets a familiar silhouette to that of the Creta, especially that at the front. Now, if you see, you get straighter lines. The front really resembles that of the Creta. You get a one-piece LED DRL with H-pattern DRLs up front and quad projector headlamps too. Overall, you get a mix of blacked out and silver finish parts. You can get a blacked out grille, then you get a silver finish diffuser, and this of course has level 2 ADAS, and you can see the camera and the radar functions up ahead. Then if you move to the side, the biggest highlight definitely has to be the 19-inch alloy wheels. Now, in my opinion, the outgoing Alcazar had better looking alloy wheels, but these are not bad as well. They really go with the overall design. Again, the clean lines, the great finish from the color options, all of it really make the Alcazar definitely stand out. You also have silver finish roof lines, and if you talk about the dimensions, well, it gets 230 millimeters of added length, 150 millimeters of added wheelbase, then it's slightly wider and taller as well. So overall, it has a more imposing road presence, and I think this will definitely be turning some heads. Now let's step to the back. Now here at the back, I think this is where the real distinction between the design of the Creta and the Alcazar lie. It's kind of familiar, but definitely has its own unique touches. First and foremost, you have this ventilated silver finish strip right above the taillight. Speaking of which, you get a one-piece LED taillight which gets wraparound style edges. Then you have a silver finish scuff plate and diffuser, and of course you have the dual exhaust tips as well. So at the back, you'll definitely be able to tell that this is an Alcazar and not the Creta. Maybe not so from the front or the side, but definitely at the back. Now let's step inside because there are a lot of more interesting and distinctive touches over the Creta. Alright, now if you look inside, as I'd mentioned, it is familiar, but definitely has its own unique touches. First and foremost, you get this tritone finish with beige and black with silver finish accents. You can see you get vertically stacked AC mounts with silver finish panels right in between. You get this soft touch material for the dashboard, and overall with the beige, black and silver combination, I think it is a quite inviting interior. Then in terms of features, the biggest standout has to be this dual screen layout. You get a 10.25-inch instrument console, and then you have a 10.25-inch infotainment system. Now, if you talk about the instrument console for just a bit, the layout, if you guys remember, made its debut in the outgoing Alcazar. And here, it might look a little dated, but definitely is quite crisp and better than a lot of other SUVs in the country. Then you have a touch-based AC panel. This also debuted in the Creta, and again, like we mentioned in the Creta, this will find its way with some fingerprints when you use it on a daily basis. Then you have again a familiar looking steering wheel with paddle shifters, gloss black buttons right in the middle for the stalks, and as you can see, then you get buttons for the ADAS function on the steering wheel itself. Now I'd mentioned you get a tritone finish, and all of the materials are really nice. It looks really good, but I think the center console really stands out. You get a brushed metal finish right around the gear console and the drive and traction control buttons. Then of course you get the buttons for the hill hold control, the ventilated seats, the cup holders, and you get ambient lighting. You get a 64 color ambient lighting. Now we saw it in the presentation, and I think it looked really good with the combination of the interior theme and the ambient lighting. Speaking of which, let's talk about comfort. You get body hugging seats. The seats are extremely comfortable and generous. Now you get 8-way power adjustable seats for the driver and passenger. These are ventilated as well, but a special highlight is that you get 2 memory settings for the driver's side seat. Then again, this is a family car. Now it's time to step to the back and show you the second row of seats and all the features you get there. So guys, now the Hyundai Creta was already a really good family car, whether it be for the passengers in the front or the back. But the Hyundai Alcazar, the new Hyundai Alcazar, really steps it up at least 2 or 3 notches. It is a really comfortable car and really kitted out as well. Now you get 6 or 7-seater options. I'll show you the 7-seater in just a bit. This is the 6-seater with the captain seat options. Now the seats are quite wide, they hold you in place well, and you also get these wing type headrests which I haven't seen before, and they look really cool, and they'll be quite comfortable when you want to just lie down and get a quick sleep for longer journeys. Then you get adjustable under thigh support. Then you also get ventilated seats on both ends. You get sun visors on both sides as well. Then you have a 9-speaker Bose sound system. You have a wireless charger at the back. You also get a wireless charger in the front. Then you get 2 Type-C charging ports. Then a particular highlight and a really good touch has to be these seat back tables. You can use them for snacks or maybe to keep your iPad or small laptop. With that, you also get a bottle holder here as well. So I think this is a pretty neat and cool touch in the new Hyundai Alcazar. With that, you have boss mode, which means you have controls right over here in the front seat to actually adjust the seat on the go. And this will be quite helpful for passengers seated at the back. Now, I think we've established you get quite a lot of seat in the second row. You get quite a lot of features as well. It's definitely going to keep a lot of the passengers in the second row happy with the features and the space that it has to offer. But in my opinion, the third row is also practical and will definitely impress some. Now, in terms of practicality, there's a lot of space as I showed you, and the door pockets in the second row of seats is quite large. You can store 2-liter water bottles with other knickknacks quite easily. Now, the first row impressed, the second row impressed, and I think the third row is one of the best places to be in a 6 or 7-seater car in our country. You have enough space. The seats are split folding. They're pretty large. You have adjustable headrests. Then you have bottle and smartphone holders on either side. You have Type-C ports on either side. You have AC vents on either sides, and you have your personal AC vent controls as well. So overall, I think you can definitely seat some adults here. You have enough space and creature comforts to keep a lot of people happy. Now, take me for example. My height is 5'6", and while you saw that I have a lot of place in the front, I think I have decent amount of space at the back as well. I have enough knee room, I have enough leg room, and the shoulder and headroom is a plenty as well. So overall, I'm pretty comfortable. I get enough features, and as a 6 or 7-seater vehicle, this really has to impress. I keep saying that, but it's true. You have a lot of space, you have features, and for a value for money proposition, I think there's no beating this. So with that, let's step outside and let me talk about mechanical specifications. Now, since we're already talking about practicality, let's quickly touch upon the boot space as well. The outgoing Alcazar, well, that had 180 liters of boot space. Hyundai has not revealed any numbers for this one, but we expect this to be approximately the same. The space with all 3 rows up is plenty. You can fit enough luggage for a weekend getaway for a full family. But if you fold these rows down, I think the space increases quite a bit. And even with the second row up and the third row down, I think you'll have generous amount of space there too. Now, in terms of mechanical specifications, you have 2 options to choose from: 1 petrol and 1 diesel. The first, the 1.5-liter turbo petrol, which you can see here, well, that makes 160 PS and 250 Nm of peak torque. Now, that's available with a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed DCT. In terms of the mileage, well, with the manual, you get 17.5 km per liter, and with the automatic or DCT, you get 18 km per liter. Then, of course, you have the diesel, the 1.5-liter turbo diesel. That makes 116 PS and 253 Nm of peak torque. It's available with either a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic gearbox. And then in terms of mileage, well, the diesel engine returns 20.4 km per liter with the manual versions and 18.1 with the automatic versions. Of course, in terms of safety, you get 19 level 2 ADAS features, you get 6 airbags. Overall, you have 70 safety features, out of which 40 are active and 30 are passive. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was all that you needed to know about the new Hyundai Alcazar. The styling, the features, the mechanicals, the safety, everything. Now, it's available in 4 variants to choose from. You have total of 9 color options that you can choose, and then you have 2 engine options. The first is the petrol, and the next you have the diesel. Prices for the petrol variants, that starts at Rs 14.99 lakh, and prices for the diesel variants, that starts at 15.99 lakh. Now, tell me in the comment section down below, which one would you rather have, the diesel or the petrol, and which variant you choose. I'm looking forward to hear. My name is Karan Mathur. I thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys real soon.